People used to sleep not on pillows, but on, oh my God! For thousands of years, the first pillows on Earth were not soft. They were carved out of solid stone, and they were never meant for comfort at all. So, what do you think people were actually trying to protect themselves from every single night? A cold stone slab carved into the shape of a crescent, resting under someone's neck in the dark. A king who banned soft pillows for almost everyone in his kingdom. And a small, crawling threat that turned out to be the real reason pillows existed in the first place. This is the true story of pillows. And it starts somewhere you'd never expect. Long before there was any object resembling a pillow, early humans simply slept on the ground, often curled into a fetal position, likely to preserve body heat and stay alert to danger. There was no head support at all, just packed earth, grass, or animal hides, laid out as a sleeping surface. Comfort was not really the goal. Survival was. The earliest object that could be called a head support appears around 7000 BC in ancient Mesopotamia, in what is now Iraq. It was a rectangular stone, its top carved into a gentle crescent shape to cradle the neck. It looked nothing like a pillow as we imagine one today. It was hard, heavy, and cold to the touch. Because stone had to be quarried and carved, owning one of these headrests was expensive, and only wealthier members of society had access to them. The number of stone headrests a person owned even became a kind of status symbol. For a long time, historians assumed people used these stone supports simply to elevate the head slightly off the ground, perhaps for posture or for a more dignified sleeping position. That explanation seemed reasonable enough. But here's where the story takes a turn nobody saw coming. These hard stone headrests were not primarily about comfort or status at all. Their real practical purpose was protection, keeping insects from crawling into a sleeper's ears, nose, and mouth during the night. Sleeping at ground level in warm climates meant constant exposure to crawling insects, and elevating the head even slightly reduced that risk considerably. What looks today like an uncomfortable, almost medieval object was, in its own time, a clever and practical solution to a very real nightly problem. This same idea, with different materials and different reasoning, appeared again and again across the ancient world. In ancient Egypt, starting around 3300 BC, pillows took the form of headrests made from marble, ivory, wood, or stone. Egyptians believed the head was the spiritual center of the body, and elevating it during sleep was thought to offer protection from harmful forces. These headrests were so significant that they were often placed in tombs, carved with images of protective gods, to accompany the dead into the afterlife. In ancient China, pillows were also typically hard rather than soft, made from materials like porcelain, jade, bronze, wood, or bamboo. According to traditional belief, a soft pillow was thought to drain energy and vitality from the body during sleep, while a firmer surface was believed to support better circulation and ward off bad spirits. Wealthy households commissioned elaborately decorated porcelain headrests, turning a practical object into a genuine work of art. In Japan, a similar tradition took shape with the takamakura, a wooden headrest whose name literally translates to high pillow. Its purpose had little to do with comfort and everything to do with preserving elaborate hairstyles overnight. For noble women with intricate hairstyles and for samurai with carefully maintained top knots, keeping the hair undisturbed through the night mattered as much as getting rest. This tradition persisted for centuries, well before softer cushions became common in Japan. It was ancient Greece and Rome that began shifting pillows towards something closer to what we recognize today. Around 500 BC, soft pillows stuffed with cloth, reeds, straw, or, for the wealthy, down feathers became available to citizens regardless of social standing. For the first time, comfort during sleep became an accessible, everyday idea rather than a luxury reserved for the elite. That progress did not last uninterrupted. After the fall of the Roman Empire, soft pillows became scarce again, as most people could no longer afford them, and they once more became a marker of wealth and status. During the medieval period, pillows were sometimes viewed as a sign of weakness or excessive comfort. In one striking example, King Henry VII of England banned soft pillows for nearly everyone in his kingdom, making an exception only for pregnant women. For ordinary people during this era, resting your head on something soft was quite literally against the rules. By the 16th century, soft pillows had gradually become more widespread again across Europe, even though the natural stuffing inside them, often hay, straw, or feathers, had to be replaced frequently due to mold and pests. During the Victorian era, decorative pillows began appearing on couches and chairs as well, not just beds, particularly in wealthier homes, adding a new dimension to how pillows were used in daily life. The biggest transformation came with the Industrial Revolution. A sudden surplus of affordable textiles meant that, for the first time in history, nearly anyone could obtain a soft pillow rather than relying on whatever natural materials happened to be available locally. Pillows shifted from a luxury or a status symbol into something close to a household necessity. For much of the 20th century, pillows remained fairly consistent, typically filled with feathers or down. That changed again in the 1960s with the invention of polyester filling, a synthetic material that held its shape far better than natural stuffing and was far less prone to mold and mildew. It quickly became one of the most common choices worldwide and remains popular today. And that's the part of the story most people never hear. Today, pillows come in an enormous range of materials, from traditional down and polyester to memory foam, cooling gels, and buckwheat hulls. What began as a hard stone slab, meant to keep insects away from a sleeping face, has transformed into one of the most personal objects most people own, something carefully chosen for comfort, support, and even temperature regulation. Across thousands of years and dozens of cultures, the pillow evolved for reasons ranging from survival to spirituality to status to simple comfort. It is strange to think that something so ordinary, sitting under your head every single night, started its existence not as a comfort item, but as a quiet defense against the natural world. The next time you sink your head into a soft pillow, it might be worth remembering just how far that simple object has traveled to get there. That's the true story behind pillows. If you want more stories like this, make sure you're subscribed. Did you know the first pillows weren't even soft? Let me know in the comments below.